referring to the news, you once said that your desire to stay informed is interfering with your desire to stay sane. This is something that many of us can relate to.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we watch the news on TV, we see something outrageous, and we go on to social media to vent our anger.
I know the feeling.
How do we stay informed, but at the same time not let that distract us from our main goal in life, which is to become saints in heaven?
Well, in a real sense, the question is its own answer. Because we first have to understand that our main goal is to become saints in heaven.
Okay.
See, that's something that many of us really don't think of, and many of us sort of put in the back burner. You know, part of the problem that we have is we tend to compartmentalize our lives. All right? We tend to put our religion is something we do on Sundays and feast days. Our job is something we do here. Our family life we do over here. This. These things are all interconnected. But ultimately they all have to be harnessed for becoming saints in heaven.
But I think it's especially tough now compared to any other time, because I think that's actually a media strategy, is to antagonize and use clickbait and then generate discussion. Because that's how you get everyone to share social media.
Well, there may be some truth to that, and certainly the kind of news we get today is really, really annoying. I mean, think back 8 years.
Okay.
You remember when Mr. Obama became president, when he was elected? Well, you were like 12 then or something, but, no? All right, anyway. The thing is that back then, I don't remember people going on, his opponents, of whom I certainly was one, going on and on and on about how, oh, he's not my president, and riots, and jumping up and down, and all this kind of stuff. And I don't really remember Republicans refusing to attend his inauguration and oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember any of that. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Trump, frankly, although I understand why a lot of people are. But I really think there's a level of nastiness in the country today which I've not seen before. And I think a lot of it is generated, not all of it by any means, but a lot of it's generated by social media. But when you want to vent, and mind you, I do a lot of venting online myself, so it's something I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
It is good if we try to stop for a minute and ask ourselves, what is the good of what we're going to post? Who's really going to benefit? I mean, I hate Trump, I hate Hillary, okay, and that contributes how, again? Not just to my own salvation, but to the general atmosphere. I'm going to improve this in what way now?
You're exposing them, and you're telling the rest of the world how bad they are.
Yeah, except nobody really cares what I think. I mean, that's a terrible admission to make, but let's be honest. For most of us, our views carry a little weight with those who matter. In a way, social media is a little bit like elections in the sense that they give the illusion that your views count with anyone other than those who agree with you. They don't. I mean, our masters to run the show are going to do what they're going to do. And Charles Coulombe can jump up and down all he likes. I don't think Mr. Trump will care. I know Mr. Obama didn't. I'm sure Pope Francis could care less. I could hate them with every inch of strength I've got. And all I would be doing is straining. Certainly wouldn't bother them in the slightest. Good news is I could love them with every inch of love I've got. It still wouldn't matter unless I were praying for them. That would matter, which takes us back to becoming saints. I hate to be goody two-shoes, and usually I'm not. But on this particular issue, the world is getting every day pumped full of anger. And anger is one of the 7 deadly sins. It's not my personal favorite, that's sloth, but it's big. Let's try not to add to it unless we can add something useful. Uh, one of the things I try to do is post things I think people find informative, useful. I've been accused of over-posting. But post that sort of stuff. Find stuff that's useful, the things you like or enjoy. And don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, if you're really outraged about something and you feel the need to vent away. But ask yourself before you do so how effective it will be, the best way to express yourself. And above all, avoid personal attacks on other people and the thread you may be following or something of that sort. Don't behave in a rude fashion. You'll feel good about it. Nice. You're not going to convince the other guy. If I write, let's say I'm following a thread, and you write something that's diametrically opposed to what I hold, and I said, well, you know what? You hold that because you're a schmuck. Okay. Am I likely to convince you that I'm right? No. Will I show onlookers who are really who you're trying to convince that I know what I'm talking about? No. The problem with the ad hominem argument, which is what that's called, is that it's a confession that I don't have a case. If I can't respond to your point of view intelligently with some sort of response, if all I can do is call names at you, what I'm really saying is I don't have any evidence from my point of view. So, anyway, behave like gentlemen and ladies. Is that really so hard?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
We have to prove that we're right and they're wrong, and that makes us good and them bad.
Okay, all right, I'm good with that. I take back everything I said. You're right.